Something strange is happening to time. You don't notice it all at once. You notice it in small moments. A week disappears without memory. A month passes and feels empty in hindsight. A year goes by faster than the one before it. And at some point, you stop and think, how did time start moving this fast? If you've felt this, you're not imagining it, and you're not alone. People of every age, background, and lifestyle are reporting the same thing. Time feels broken, not in a dramatic way, not like clocks are malfunctioning, but in a deeper way. Life feels compressed. Moments don't land the way they used to. The past feels closer than it should, and the present slips away almost instantly. This video is about why that's happening. Not spiritually, not conspiratorially, but psychologically. Because once you understand how the human brain experiences time, you begin to see why the modern world makes it feel like time is accelerating, even though it isn't. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why time hasn't changed at all. Only experience has. Let's start with something simple. Time does not move faster as you get older. That's a myth. Seconds are still seconds. Hours are still hours. Days are still days. What changes is how your brain records them. The feeling that time is speeding up is not about time itself, it's about memory. Human beings do not experience time directly. We experience it through memory. When you look back on your life, you don't remember every moment. You remember highlights, emotional peaks, novel experiences, moments where something felt new, intense, or meaningful. These moments act like markers. They give your brain reference points, and those reference points are what make time feel full. When your brain stores many distinct memories, time feels long in hindsight. When it stores very few, time collapses. This is why childhood feels like it lasted forever. Not because time was slower, but because everything was new. New places, new emotions, new discoveries, new fears, new joys. Your brain was constantly forming memories. Each one created a marker, and those markers stretched time. Adulthood works differently. Routine replaces novelty. Days begin to repeat. Wake up, work, eat, sleep, repeat. When experiences become predictable, the brain stops recording them in detail. It doesn't need to. From an efficiency standpoint, this makes sense. Why store what you've already seen 100 times? But here's the cost. When memory formation decreases, time collapses in hindsight. A year filled with repetition feels shorter than a year filled with novelty, even if both contained the same number of days. This is one of the core reasons time feels broken, but it's not the only one. Another major factor is attention. Modern life fragments attention constantly. Notifications, messages, screens, multitasking. Your attention rarely stays in one place for long, and attention is essential for time perception. When attention is divided, experience becomes shallow, and shallow experiences don't form strong memories. This creates a strange effect. Time feels slow while it's happening, but fast when you look back. You feel busy, overloaded. But when you try to remember what you actually did, it feels like nothing happened. That's because your brain never had the space to record it. Multitasking is especially damaging here. Despite what we're told, the human brain cannot truly multitask. It switches rapidly between tasks, and each switch carries a cognitive cost. That cost weakens memory formation. The more you switch, the less deeply anything is processed. The less deeply things are processed, the less real they feel. And the faster time seems to pass. Technology accelerates this effect. Screens compress experience. They flatten emotional nuance. They remove physical context. Your brain processes screen-based life differently than embodied life. A conversation in person creates richer memory than one on a screen. A walk creates stronger memory than scrolling. Physical presence grounds time. Digital presence blurs it. Another factor is emotional intensity. Strong emotions slow time. Fear, excitement, wonder. That's why moments of crisis feel long in the moment. The brain records them in detail. But modern life flattens emotion, not because nothing matters, but because overstimulation raises the baseline. When everything is intense, nothing stands out. Dopamine systems adapt. What once felt exciting becomes normal. What once felt meaningful becomes expected. And when emotional contrast disappears, time loses its texture. This is why many people feel that years blur together. Nothing punctuates them. Nothing marks them clearly. Life becomes a continuous stream rather than a series of moments. There is also a narrative component. Humans understand time through stories. We remember our lives as narratives, beginnings, middle points, turning moments. But modern life disrupts narrative continuity. Constant updates, constant changes, constant context switching. Stories never fully resolve. Instead, they fragment. When narrative fragments, time loses structure. Days don't connect. Weeks feel disconnected. Years feel hollow. This creates the unsettling sense that life is slipping by without meaning, even when nothing is objectively wrong. Another reason time feels broken is that adulthood removes milestones. Childhood is full of built-in markers, grades, ages, firsts. As adults, milestones disappear. Without markers, time blends. A decade can pass without clear boundaries, and without boundaries, memory collapses time. This is why people often feel shocked by their age, not because they feel young, but because time wasn't recorded properly. From the brain's perspective, those years barely existed. This realization is deeply unsettling, because it makes people feel like they're losing their life without noticing. But here's the most important part. This isn't a personal failure. It's an environmental effect. Modern environments are optimized for efficiency, speed, and engagement. Not for memory, not for meaning, not for depth. The faster life becomes, the less time feels real. The more routine dominates, the faster years disappear. The more attention fragments, the more time collapses. This doesn't mean you need to escape modern life, but it does mean you need to understand what it's doing to perception. Time feels slower when experiences are distinct. Time feels slower when attention is sustained. Time feels slower when emotion is present. Time feels slower when life is embodied. The goal is not productivity, it's presence. You don't slow time by doing more. You slow it by experiencing more fully, by breaking routine, by creating memory markers, by allowing boredom, by letting moments land. Time has not sped up. Your brain has stopped recording it the same way. And once you understand that, you regain something powerful, the ability to stretch time again, not physically, but perceptually. And perception is where time actually lives. If this video resonated with you, it's because your brain has been signaling something important. Time doesn't feel broken because life is meaningless. It feels broken because experience has been compressed. And once you notice that compression, you can begin to reverse it, moment by moment, memory by memory. And suddenly, time starts to feel real again.